Show, inspiring hope, health, and healing, sponsored by Braveheart Workshops live with Jill Reynolds. And joining me today from the West Coast is Emma Salamanca. Welcome to the show, Emma.
Good morning, Jill. How are you?
Well, I am wonderful, and I'm so privileged to have you as a guest on our show. There's so much to get to know about you, Emma, and I'd love the audience to be able to learn a little bit more. So would you share with us, growing up, what life was like for you, where you grew up, and any hardships or struggles, maybe enjoy things that you went through as a child?
Well, thank you, Jill. First, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity just to share my testimony with many, many women or with all your audience. Thank you so much. And it's a privilege to be in your show. Yes. Well, my name is Emma Salamanca. From Mexico. I born and raised in Mexico. I came to the United States like 35 years ago. And well, this not been easy. First of all, because the reason that I left my country is because I come in from a very dysfunctional family. My father was an alcoholic, an abuser, not to us, but to my mom. And we grew up with a lot of trauma all my childhood. So I decided to leave my house, but I said, God knows. God, He already have an opportunity for me, different journey in my life. I discovered now that I have very close relationship with my Lord. Now I see the whole purpose why did He brought me to the United States. And it wasn't easy, but I don't regret any of the things that I went through in this country. And well, let me share the reason I've been also, in my entertainment business. And not only that, with my nonprofit, I learned the whole purpose of God. And the reason that I came here is to break the cycles of my family, especially with alcohol abuse. And I learned so much. And now this breaking the cycles of my family. Now my kids are getting better, having a better relationship with my family. God gave me an amazing husband. But let me go back. I just because where I was coming from, because all the anger that I had with my father, the way that I grew up, I wasn't respecting men, and this was one of the things that I was going from one relationship to another. I had 2 marriages, 2 girls with different father. And the reason that I was failing my marriage is because I didn't respect men. And I didn't know why. Until years later on, that's when I learned the reason why. So when I learned that...
And so what steps did you take to come to that realization? What did you go through? Did you do therapy, or what modalities of healing within did you come to that realization?
What I did, Jill, I started looking back and finding first who I am. Because, that I had the story, my parents' story, that's not my story, and that's not my journey. So I have to learn that I say, well, there were their journey, but not mine. But I have to find out why, where's my father and my mom is coming from, to be able to know where I'm coming from too. So my father was abusing my mom because his mom abandoned him. So they have a lot of resentment through women. And they took that through my mom. And I was doing the same thing. I wasn't respecting men because the way that I see my father. So for me, men, they was like that all the time. So I said, no, I'm not going to deal with that. And they have to be in my way or no way. But until I started finding who I am and why God is bringing me to this earth. First of all, is to find out that I'm His child, the child of God. I went to therapy, yes. I took a lot of classes on my church. And what I discovered, if we don't know who we are, and we try this to continue with the same cycles of our family, we're not going to be able to change. Mm-hmm. So the way that I changed my life is to see who I was, first of all, in the eyes of God. Mm-hmm. And
I think it's good too when we take the 4 generations of sin back, when we take that sin of abandonment or addiction back generationally, like you said, you were able to pause long enough to realize that your father was a wounded man. And he
yes.
got wounded when he was a child by his mother and father. And then I'm sure the great-grandparents were wounded too. So the generational wounds come into play unless we take the time to go to God and ask him to reveal those burdens so that we can be set free.
That is correct. That's what I did. Yeah, that was very painful to all my journey that I've been changing my life. And the reason that I did is because I don't want to pass this to my next generation. Because I start doing the same thing. My daughter started doing the same thing that I was doing. So I said, I need to do something about it. Otherwise, we're going to pass this to my next generation and my kids' next generation as well. Mm-hmm. And I say, I say, you know what, Lord? I want to take everything to make a change in my life. I'm willing just to make that commitment with you to change my life so I can change the next generation. And I start like working in myself, first of all, just to respect myself, love myself. And I tell him, I'm not going to touch the alcohol in the rest of my life. And I want to do this, and that. And after I start doing that, it's amazing how God works. So when you're ready, I'm ready. After that, God gave me an amazing man in my life. Now I've been married for 17 years. I've been with him for 17 years. He never touched alcohol in his life. He's very family oriented. He helped me just to raise my little one because she was only like 14 years old when I met him. So, and now I've been like helping my kids how to not make the same mistake that I make.
Now, how old were you when you came from Mexico to the United States?
19 years old.
19. And so when you got here, what type of work did you do and then how did your career path lead you to the career path you're in today?
So when I started making a relationship with God, Jill, I started learning more about what I was capable to do. I don't really have the resources just to go to school because I was a single parent with 2 kids. So what I used to do, I was working at the gym at the time. So I spent every weekend in Barnes & Noble to study about music because I love music. I'm not a good singer, but I'm good behind the scenes and a good manager. So what I did, I started, going to Barnes & Noble to read about the music, how to produce an album, how to get an artist, how to do a tour, how to promote an album, promote the artist. So I spent many years in Barnes & Noble to learn that because I don't have the money to go to school or buy the books. So, and I started working in that. I started volunteering my time, with events at the parks, Fiesta Broadway in LA, and working with different, producers. Hey, can I help you out to do this event? And that's how I started my career and my business on the music and
So you actually just went and volunteered at events and said, "Can I help out and see if there's anything that you need?" And then they got to know you.
Yes,
that's amazing.
And that's how I learned all the business. It was part of my a lot of people, in this industry, there's men industry. So in some time, a lot of people, they take advantage of that and, all my time and put in more time and hours and hours. Sometimes say, okay, we're going to pay you to do this event. And at the end of the day, say, oh, we don't make any money. And sometimes coming back, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and not making any money and leaving my kids and all this stuff. I say, and at the end of the day, say, you know what? It's part of my learning. It's a learning process.
It's kind of like your internship. It was your internship to learn what the behind the scenes looked like.
Yes, yeah, but it wasn't easy, because I have to support the kids.
So your income was coming in from working at the fitness center, but then
Yes,
when you could, you would read about how to be in the in entertainment industry, and then you would volunteer and do an internship to be able to get behind the scenes and see how it was done.
yes,
That's
yes. It's how I start my career, because I started learning, meeting more people, and I met a lot of amazing, amazing artists. They say, "Hey, do you like to work with me?" So, and I said, "Well, I start with first. I start with the Latino artists, and just doing my best at the job that everything that I learned. So, and everything I've been doing for 20 years, Jill, has been only referrals. I never reach out to any artists or people that want me to represent them. They always come to me because
so.
it's been only referrals.
So share with the audience, because we didn't read your bio ahead of time to the audience. So share with the audience some of the people that you've worked with and kind of what some of the jobs are that you've done with the different artists.
Well, as a manager, I represent two tenors and one soprano from Italy, and also from Mexico. I had this other band from Mexico and another artist from Mexico as well. They're Latino artists. But I work on the tour management and booking for many major artists like Aerosmith, Britney Spears. I worked many years with Mark Anthony, Jennifer Lopez, Kenny Loggins, Roxanne. So I can mention most of the artists that are being working in Latin America with them. And this been an amazing a journey, because that is leading me to work with more bigger artists. Il Divo, presidents invite us to the White House, to their, well, it's like the White House,
Yeah.
in different countries. And this been an amazing journey. And not only that, Joe, I've been sharing God's word to these people.
So it's become a ministry as well as a career.
Yes, yes. And that's what I still want to be in this industry. I tried this to quit a few years ago because the problem that I have with my daughters. I want to share a little bit what I'm doing right now through my nonprofit. We bringing awareness of mental health and bullying, mental health, and suicide. Because the problem that I have with my daughter, she tried to take her life twice. Mm-hmm. So I have to put my life in hold and in my business as well, so I can learn more how I can help her. Mm-hmm. And I ask God, if you keep my daughter alive, I promise you that I will help other people going through the same thing, and how we can bring awareness, hope, and healing to this young generation, because we have so much right now with these kids. Unfortunately, one of my neighbors' kids, they took their lives, two of them. One of my neighbors, the young kids, they was like 30 years old, her daughter and her son, and another friend of mine in San Francisco, also her son, took her life. And I say, and I was like, we need to do something about it. We need to bring more awareness, how we can help these kids. So now we are doing these campaigns and also conferences across the United States. And that's what I'm looking for more organizations like you, just to join us and see how we can bring more hope to these kids and families, so they don't have to go, because sometimes they feel like they're alone and they don't know what to do. But there's so much to do, and so much we can help them to bring some hope and help to them.
Well, I'm so grateful you shared that, because I joined an organization, I'll talk a little bit more about off air with you, called Amari Global. And their tagline is Amari Global, the mental wellness company. So I think that they would be a phenomenal partner to partner with you with what you're doing. And my one speaker who spoke at my Hope, Health, and Healing conference last year, her film just won an award this week. Her name is Emma Blanc-Smart, and she's out of Dallas, and her film is called Stay, and it's a movie all about suicide, like why people should stay instead of commit suicide. And so I think that would be a good connection for you as well. with her new
That will be
film.
great.
Her new
Yeah, well,
film would be really good for you to show at your events. It's a short
Yes.
film. It's a short film, so I think that would be a good. And she wrote the song called "Stay" too. So she wrote and produced her own song, as well as created this new film. So, what is the name of your non-for-profit company?
Haz La Diferencia. They make the difference.
Make a difference.
Make a difference. I had this organization for 18 years, and what we've been doing for 18 years is education, financial education, and also mentoring and counseling kids in orphanages. So, and the orphanage that we have is in Tijuana, Mexico, Ensenada, and Tecate, that's in Baja California, Mexico. And what we're doing in the United States is helping families here with mental health.
That's awesome.
So that's what we're doing. Well, and the first event that we're doing is December 17th in the Angel Stadium. So, and we inviting different type of major artists. So we already have a few lined out already for the concert.
Is this
and the speakers
in Los Angeles?
Yeah, there's going to be in Orange County. Yeah, Anaheim, California.
Anaheim.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to show really quick your bio. So this is Emma's bio and her 2 websites where you could locate her. So I'm showing that on the screen, and I'll also put that on the channel so people know how to find you. So how is your daughter doing today? She's
doing amazing. She's for the glory of God, she's still alive. She's taking one day at a time, but she's doing good. She's doing much better.
How old is she now?
34.
Now, if you could share with us, how did she recover and how did she get well?
I put her in different programs as well. And in Saruba, we had one program they call Celebrate Recovery. Mm-hmm. So we went to Celebrate Recovery for a year, and I was with her all the time, taking her over there every single Friday, taking her to different of the rehab centers as well, mm-hmm. but they're Christians rehab centers. Mm-hmm. That I have connections there, and now I help in that organization because I know they do a lot to help communities, not only locally, but there's a lot of people coming from different parts of the United States.
Wow. So is there anything that people can do to support your organization? On your website, do they take donations to help out, or can people volunteer? How can they help to grow this non-for-profit, Make a Difference?
Yeah, we have both. Volunteering, because my nonprofit, nobody gets paid. We all volunteers in my nonprofit for 18 years. So it's 100% nonprofit. So yes, and we're taking donations. That will be a great help so that we can continue doing the mentoring, counseling, by one counseling. We're doing Bible studies here in my office once a week for women. And now we're reaching out more to the community. And also we bring in, I represent, I don't know yet, I told you about James Heaven. No, James Heaven is Angelina Jolie's brother. Mm-hmm. And he's helping me a lot is to bring awareness on schools. Mm-hmm. So we bring schools, and he's sharing his testimony as well as growing up in the Hollywood, and how much trauma that he also have in his life, mm-hmm. and how he can overcome all these challenges. And now he's sharing that with the students in high school and colleges. So I bring him to speak in different schools, different college, and now he's going to be part of the tour that we're doing, the Fight for Hope tour that we're doing, and he's part of the tour as well. I would like to see if you can introduce him, as well too, later on.
Well, he can be on my show too, yeah, because we also had, and it'd be a great connection for you too, Emma, is Kevin and Sam Sorbo. Have you met them? Do you know the show?
No.
Yeah, Kevin and Sam Sorbo are phenomenal. Kevin, do you know who Kevin Sorbo is? He starred as, he was Hercules in the movie Hercules, and he starred as the parent. He was the father in the movie Soul Surfer, and he was the atheist professor in God's Not Dead. And his wife wrote a whole curriculum on homeschooling children. And they're big advocates for education. Big advocates for education. And so they might be somebody that you would like to reach out to, which I'll connect you with as well.
Oh, that will be an amazing, that will be great if you can do that, Jill.
Yeah, yes. I mean, that's what everybody listening, that's one of the sole purposes too of the Connection Show, to connect the dots of people's story in their lives with yours, audience. And so as you're listening to Emma today, please reach out to us individually if you need more support, if you'd like to reach out to Emma's organization yourself to make a difference. If any of you have gone through anxiety, depressive disorders, and are really needing help, there is help out there. Talk a little bit about that for the person out there, Emma. Talk to that person who still struggles, if you wouldn't mind.
Yes. Remember that you're not alone. There's hope there. You only have to reach out. And we have facilities and other organizations that can help as well. When I was in Kansas, when I met you, Jill, I met, what is her name? Isabel. I don't know if you remember Isabel. Mm-hmm. She told me about her son. That she was going through a lot also with the same thing that I was going through with my daughter. So I tell her the program that I put my daughter, and I help her just to put her son in the program. Mm-hmm. It's a year program, and you don't have to pay one penny.
What's it called?
Well, the program that we have, this is an organization in Los Angeles. They call the Dream Center.
The Dream Center.
Yes.
And you can go,
so
so people can go there to receive help for free.
Yes.
Wow. And
yes.
It's called the
Dream. But that is a program. It's a 1 year program. Mm-hmm. So, and this what I told Isabel, because it's a very long waiting list. But thanks to the connections that we have with with the pastors there, the owners of the place, they gives us the opportunities to bring him right away. Mm. So that is the kind of connections that this is the way that we're working with other organizations. We're working very closely with those organizations, and they're willingness to help us. Whenever we bring one kid or two kids or whatever, they say yes, let's bring them in.
Well, we need those dream centers throughout the country, and I'm definitely going to connect you with the owners of Amari Global, because that's what their vision is to open up mental health facilities around the country that are not like not a mental institute, but mental wellness for support.
Mental wellness.
Yeah,
yes.
Mental wellness. And the Celebrate Recovery groups are amazing. I was part of Celebrate Recovery for years. I have 41 years of recovery. So I just, the groups, and Celebrate Recovery is free. And anyone could go to those. Just look up the name and search Celebrate Recovery. They meet a lot of places around the country at churches.
Yes, definitely.
Great. They're great.
But remember, there's hope there, and we're not going to give up. We're going to continue fighting for hope.
Yes.
To all those there, dealing with, mental illness and any kind of mental illness, because we all need help. We all need help.
So if a person is a thriving artist starting off or wanting to be seen and known and heard, is it your own company that you work with the artist, or do you work for a company that works with the artist? Is it? No,
this is my own this is my own company. The name is Lassu, LASSU-INC.
Okay.
This is my website, so they can go to my website and see what we do.
So you can reach out if you want to have a great tour manager and company represent you. Well, thanks a lot today for joining us, Emma. We loved having you, and everyone. I'll put again this amazing ladies website on the screen. So thanks everybody for joining us for the Connection Show. Have a wonderful day. Thanks so much, Emma.
Thank you so much for inviting me and to share my testimony, Jill.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Join us for the hope, health, healing, Aruba Woman's Getaway. October 26th to November 1st, 2022. Are you overworked? Feeling stressed out or exhausted? Is it time to spoil yourself? Relax and breathe in life. At a beautiful private villa in Aruba for 6 nights and 7 days. Renew your mind and body. Discover greater self-awareness. Joining in connection, wellness, stillness, enhancing your inner peace. And reboot you. Experience amazing beaches. Enjoy snorkeling. Area attractions. Shopping till you drop. Beachfront dining. Imagine releasing anxiety. Reconnecting with self. Restoring your soul. Bring your friends and savor delicious home-cooked meals. Create lasting memories. Join us now. Register today. Book your flights to Aruba for a getaway October 26th to November 1st, 2022. Register by going to braveheartworkshops.com. That's braveheartworkshops.com. We'll see you in Aruba.
Hydrogen is used by health professionals as a powerful antioxidant and the #1 tool to fight inflammation. Studies show therapeutic potential in cancer, diabetes, digestive, and heart issues, and essentially every organ and system in the body. This is not medical advice, because I'm not your doctor, but if you have any health concerns, I strongly recommend that you learn more about hydrogen. Get educated at holyhydrogen.com and order the best hydrogen generator known to man. Use code BRAVEHEART for $100 off your order. Because hydrogen is the smallest molecule in existence, it can pass through the cell membrane and even the blood-brain barrier to clear out inflammation and free radical damage where other antioxidants just can't get to. Visit holyhydrogen.com to see the latest technology that elevates your immune system and fights inflammation. Search their research library to see if hydrogen has a track record for helping a health concern you're dealing with. Make sure to use code BRAVEHEART for $100 off your order. Remember, holyhydrogen.com.
Thanks for joining us today on The Connection Show, where we bring you stories that will transform your life. The Connection Show would appreciate your support. Please go to either our Patreon page or our PayPal Me Now link today. We love our podcast show guests and appreciate our listeners and YouTube subscribers. Please go to our YouTube channel called The Connection Show and Braveheart Workshops and subscribe now. Remember to click the gray bell in the All tab so you don't miss any upcoming episodes.